Alright, what's going on, guys? Try back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video talking about the Justice League movie and the current rumors that Darkseid will play the villain in the movie. So if you guys don't know, DC is trying, Warner Brothers are trying to get a Justice League movie done for 2015 in the summer. It will compete with the Avengers because the Avengers 2 is going to come out in the summer of 2015 as well, as long as neither of them get pushed back. And there's probably a pretty good chance that either or one of them could get pushed back to the next year or at least later on, because these are humongous movies. You know, you have a lot of actors you're going to have in it. Big actors you probably want to get, and the budgets for them are humongous. The CG, the effects, everything like that, they just have to be really grand in scale in terms of a movie compared to just having one superhero film. Putting together a team like, Justice League with the biggest names in all of comic books, or the Avengers with some of the biggest names in all of comic books, the biggest Marvel characters pretty much, aside from Spider-Man and Wolverine. You're going to have to, companies are going to have to put a lot of investment into that, both money, time, planning. They want to make sure it goes right. The Avengers 1 obviously was the blueprint and showed DC that a movie like that would work, even though I can't believe they didn't anticipate it would anyway. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. You take all kinds of big characters that have big names, put them together into a movie, give it a huge budget, and obviously it's going to be a humongous moneymaker. That being said, I think that the Justice League actually does have the potential to do even better than the Avengers 2 will probably do. I don't know if it'll do as well as the first one, because the Avengers 1 did about as good as you can expect a movie to do. I mean, period. It did crazy numbers, over $1 billion in profits on it. I think already the sales for the Blu-ray DVD were huge, like record-setting. It's just amazing what it was able to do. So I'm assuming Justice League, with obviously having Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, The Flash, maybe Aquaman, and maybe a couple other members, whoever they want to put in, Cyborg or Hawkman or whoever, Hawkgirl. There's lots of other choices too. I'm assuming that would do pretty close to as well. The villain, of course, is a huge part of that. It is important to have a good villain. I don't think there could be a better villain for the Justice League than Darkseid. I really don't. I think he's probably your best choice. And for the first movie, it would make sense for them to go with Darkseid. You could do something like a Legion of Doom as well, but the problem with that is that Lex Luthor has been done so many times on the big screen, and you'd run the risk of sort of people not being interested because it's like, oh, it's him again. It's him again. We've seen it before. We've seen this before. In comic books, that doesn't happen, but with movies and stuff, that is a big problem, is that you want to keep everything fresh. You want to keep everything original. Now, DC's in a weird spot because no matter which way they go, people are going to be saying, oh, I've seen something like this before. If they do the Legion of Doom type thing, or maybe a group of characters like that, people are going to say, oh, having Lex Luthor in there reminds me of Smallville, or reminds me of whatever. Maybe not Smallville, but the previous Superman movies, the Christopher Reeve movies, and Superman Returns and all that, and they might not like it. Or if they go the Darkseid route and you have boom tubes opening up, you have invasion of the planet, all that kind of stuff, people also might be like, oh, this is a rip-off of the Avengers. God damn it. But the thing with me is like, boom tubes and all of that, like portals and things of that nature, I associate that with DC. I don't associate that with Marvel in my mind. When I think of like, a portal opening up, like a wormhole and all that kind of stuff, I think of boom tubes because you see it so much with Superman. If you watch Superman and read the comic books, and it's been around for so long, that for me I just associate that way. But I guess it depends on what you read, what you watch. But definitely for me, that's something that sort of style of invasion and all that. That's something that I think in comic books is actually probably best handled by Darkseid. One of my favorite episodes of any TV show ever is at the end of Justice League Unlimited, where you have the end story arc of Darkseid invading, and you have the boom tubes all over the place, and you have him with all of the parademons and Apocalypse, and he comes down. That's just, man, it's so exciting. It's awesome. The recent run of the New 52 with Darkseid in it. And of course, Jim Lee and Jeff Johns, the first villain they pick for it to launch the biggest comic book, or one of them in 2012, one of the biggest comic book series in 2012 to be relaunched, or however you want to put it. They chose Darkseid. It just seems like a no-brainer. He's such a good character to have the Justice League come together. When I always felt like in the Avengers you have Loki, but it's like if you just have Loki, then all you need is Thor. And that whole situation to me still, yes, I know Loki was the first Avengers villain, whatever. But the Hulk grabs him and just smashes him in a second. The thing with Darkseid I like so much is that it ain't like somebody's just going to grab him and start smashing him, He'll go toe-to-toe with Superman and win a lot of times. Now obviously in the movie, the heroes have to win. Of course, Superman's going to win at the end anyway, obviously. But that's not the point. The point of what I'm saying is that he's a better, well-rounded villain to have to form a team like the Justice League or the Avengers or things of this case, these big teams. What's the purpose of having Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, all these characters get together if you don't have a huge, massive threat? Now, Darkseid is that huge, massive threat. He's a big bad. He's got his whole planet full of, Apocalypse full of parademons, warriors. He's got generals, different level of people that work for him, or not work for him, but he kind of like is their master, so as part of his army and all that. You have characters like Darkseid, and I mean, there's just so many. Calabac. There's so many cool characters that can come in with him, so he doesn't necessarily have to be by himself. He could have them. He could look badass, crazy badass. He could smash up, maybe kill one of the members of the Justice League, something like that. Maybe Batman, I don't know, whatever. But it just is a perfect choice. I think it works. The only thing that's going to piss me off is I know right off the bat, right now, that in a year or 2 years from now, I'm going to be here and everybody's saying it's a rip off the Avengers. And I'm saying this now. I'm probably the first person to say this now. This is going to piss me right the hell off. But I guarantee you, by the time 3 years comes up, you guys are all going to be sick of people saying this is going to be Avengers ripoff. It's not going to be a goddamn Avengers ripoff. It doesn't matter if there's boom tubes, if it's alien invasion, whatever. All this stuff has been done in the comic books years, decades ago. Not years ago, decades ago. It's just not a new thing. Which one did that first? I don't know. You have to go back and look through the comic books, but whatever. They both steal off of each other. They both take from each other. Marvel versus DC. Yes, they do steal characters from each other. Yes, they do steal story arcs and ideas from each other. It's just how it is. I'm sorry, but, it happens. That's all there is to it. So either way, I think Darkseid is the best and the perfect choice for a villain for the Justice League movie. If the rumors are true, which they damn well should be, I think that the Justice League movie is going to be stellar as long as it's got a good enough budget and you get good actors to play them. Hopefully, maybe they'll get Henry Cavill to play Superman if he's good in The Man of Steel. Hopefully, Joseph Gordon-Levitt will play Batman because that'll tie into the Dark Knight trilogy, which is awesome. Hopefully, we can get some good other characters. Maybe Ryan Reynolds is Green Lantern again. I don't know about that. That's not necessary, but he seems more like a Wally West Flash to me. You know how he jokes around and stuff like that. He doesn't seem like Green Lantern. But whatever, they always like to get the best actor they can. So it makes sense. Even if the actor is a little bit different from the character, if it's a big-name actor and he'll play a superhero, they'll probably go for it a lot of times. So those are pretty much all my thoughts on Darkseid. He's a badass MFer. Can't wait to see everything coming out for the movie, trailers, updates, all that stuff until eventually the movie does come out. They'd be stupid not to make it. They'd be stupid not to get it out because it's a guaranteed moneymaker. Batman and Superman on the big screen together and the rest of the character, can't go wrong. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one for more movie updates. Only comic book stuff, though. Give a shit about most movies. Well, some of them are okay. But anyway, please subscribe if you haven't. That's it for this video, guys. See you for the next one. This is Trev. Say peace.